Hey everybody, it's the Faceless Caseworker. Um, I've been seeing a lot of talk on the internet about individuals speaking on women seeking, men that make a lot of money, and they said no matter what the woman looks like, um, whatever her attributes are, whether she's a 1 to a 10, if we're rating women on the scale. I don't know if you want to say that's a nice thing to do, but if we're saying we're rating women on scales, that's basically what we do in America. Let's just be honest. But people want to know why, no matter what a woman looks like, they all want to seek, this guy with a lot of money, a lot of status, and can basically pay for everything, um, everything, meaning cars, even education, vacations, things like that. Traditionally, what the average guy can't do, right? Um, and most people are coming from their experiences, and they're talking about coming from pimp perspectives and corporate perspectives, and I'm going to come with a psychological perspective. And here's my take. Um, the reason why women, no matter what, they're going to go after a person who has high status, high money, you know, it goes way back to the beginning of time, where if you were living in a destitute jungle or a cave or somewhere where the environment was very dangerous, you would probably seek the strongest, biggest, bravest, toughest, roughest, and might partially crazy guy to protect you. This is the person you would want to be with, someone who can go out and kill a wild beast and bring back food, who can also protect your kids from being kidnapped or snatched from other villagers or eaten by animals. This is what you would do, right? You would need protection. And even in that community, the community would rely on certain individuals who stand out, protect the community. All right, you rely on those who fit and can protect you in the situation you are. So back then, you would figure and say, hey, those who can protect and keep people safe would probably benefit from the fruits. Now we're talking about times and periods where there may not have been, you know, modern times where people are, dating people for cars and mansions and vacations, and nobody was going on vacations I would say the BC times, going to Las Vegas to go gamble in the casino. No, it was about protection, surviving, keeping your kids alive. So a woman would definitely flock to someone who can do that. Your whole life bloodline depends on being protected. So as time moves on, I think that structure lasted for many hundreds of years. Now we start moving to a different area in times where we come out of the dark ages, and we're moving into more of a realm where elevation and paintings and theaters and buildings and different things have been created in society, and people are starting to elevate their minds. And once the mind starts thinking, and products and materialism is into play, now you can use materialism. Materialism has taken place. So as sitting in this modern time, I don't think that things are different. I think we're just dealing with different elements. It's no longer we live in a society where you have police, right? We live in a society where you have weapons. You live in a society where you can go out and get a job. We live in a society where you can sell products. You can do hair. You can do different things to make your own money. So the what protection is a little bit different, because you don't need someone to protect your home. The NYPD or the LAPD or Mississippi or Miami or whatever police, Houston police or Canadian, whatever you live, your police protect you, you know, for the most part. But they can't provide and protect you with things that you may want. Now, we all know that we have the social welfare system that is there to protect individuals, whether when they fall flat on their face financially, um, and can provide housing for certain system situations like domestic violence, and that's a whole nother story. I'll get into that one day about housing, the housing system, and domestic violence and mental health. Um, but the game is different now. The game involves housing. Now, a woman can probably get a housing, like I said, whether she can get a job on her own or she can go through the system and get some kind of stipend to get an apartment or something. Section 8. But here you have people who want luxury. You want a higher standard of food, clothing, and shelter. You don't want to just eat the bare minimum. You want a higher. You want to enjoy. You want pleasure. Because now protection is not such. Like I said, protection is a stability. It's stable. You don't have to worry about it much. Even though danger is always lurking outdoors. But for most part, we know in the back we can call 911 and protect us. There's no wild beast jumping out of alleys and attacking people. It's a different thing that we live in. So the game is different. So now, in this environment of materialism, the same mind state exists, but people want a man with a bigger house that they own. They live in an apartment. They may want a man with a big house. They may want a guy who can, they like to go on vacations. Women like to go on vacations with themselves or with their families and friends. But a guy who can pay for multiple vacations throughout a year. This is different things. People was talking about the Drake situation with a guy on the internet, which I don't know if it's true. It could be a clout-based situation, or it could be the truth. But he stated that his Drake hooked up his girl, with a contract, whatever, do some music, whether it was background or whatever, and he ended up sleeping with his fiance. And they're saying to level up. So this is what I mean. It's like you see somebody who can give you what you want, the highest stage. He can provide whatever you need, and you're willing to make that move and try to get it. So why do women like people or men who are on a high scale? And we're talking about straight women. Can't speak on the LGBT community, but I can speak. Let us speak on this subject on behalf for straight women, why they would choose a guy with a lot of money and status. It's clear as day. It's simply that they can provide a lifestyle that is not traditionally what people have, and that lifestyle falls back into a lot of romanticism in the Roman period of sweeping women off their feet and serenading women and coming with horses and chariots and a lot of the stuff that marketing and things have implanted in all of our minds. And this is where a lot of this is coming from, but at the same time, on a psychological level, I just think it's similar to cerebellum, where you have a fight. No matter where you go in life, you can get a PhD, you can become an authored, scripted lawyer, you can become the smartest, you can get the Nobel Peace Prize for curing cancer. But if someone, playful thing, or an animal runs up on you, and you feel you're in fear, you're either going to run or you're going to fight. It's similar to wanting stability, to feel stable where you can really and truly enjoy your life. This is what people are seeking. I mean, it'll just be women, it might be every grown individual. But when a woman is seeking, whether she be a skinny girl, or she has a face like Halle Berry in her 20s, or she has a face like, I don't know, whoever you think is not attractive, he'll want the same thing. People want to feel safe. They want to feel protected. They want to feel good. They want to feel good. They want to wake up and be able to do whatever they want to do, expand their horizons, have a great time in life. Can I blame a woman for wanting that? No. Just like in a store, you choose what you want. The more money you have, the better sandwich you can buy on the list of 1 to 10, right? But if you only have $2, you can't do much. You can only get the cheese sandwich, and if hopefully the cheese sandwich, if that's not something that's expensive, like some Swiss cheese or something. But you understand what I'm saying, right, guys? All right. So to summarize this, this is like the basic foundation and need: food, clothing, shelter. But we're living in 2021, where the games have played. We're living in a technology-based world. We're living where houses can be big, cars can be big, people can live in less dangerous neighborhoods, beautiful streams where you can see the sun horizon. Why wouldn't someone want to live a life like this? Whether they come from the ghetto, whether they come from the country, whether they come from the Bronx, whether they come from Germany, they all deserve to live a wonderful life and deserve to make that choice, because this is the society we live in, at least in America. You get to choose, and you can still try to play the game, whether you feel you're out of range to get that guy, or whether you feel that you have a level up to get the guy. You have the class and pizzazz and looks and sexuality to attract the guy. Who am I to tell someone that they can't shoot their shot? As we say, shoot our shot. But remember, the foundation always lies, and the foundation is man, woman, child, food, clothing, shelter. Whether that food is escargot, whether the clothes is Gucci or rags, or whether it's a homeless shelter or a mansion, the foundation will always exist. So you guys, if you want to hear more analysis, breakdowns of the subjects of the times by the faceless caseworker, coming from a psychological perspective, but on a down to earth term, subscribe, man. Subscribe. Hit that like button, man. It's going to keep coming. This stuff is for you guys. Alright, I'm a faceless caseworker. It's about 3:26 a.m. in the morning, and I got to go to work and help some people out. So hit that like button, subscribe. Thanks, guys, for listening. Drop some messages and comments. Let me know what you think about this subject. Why would a woman want a guy who has a lot? Why? Thank you.